Every time a new AI model launches, you see the same thing. Fancy bar charts showing it beating everyone else on benchmarks with acronyms like MMLU, GPQA, and HumanEval. But here's the secret the big AI labs won't tell you. In 2026, most of those benchmarks are effectively saturated. We've entered what I call the cram school era of artificial intelligence. Models are being trained to crack these benchmarks specifically, like students cramming for an exam. They might look like toppers on a leaderboard, but ask them to fix a real-world bug or navigate a messy spreadsheet, and they stare at you blankly. To understand which AI is actually the real valedictorian in 2026, you have to look past the marketing and understand the new rules of the game. Before we dive into which benchmarks matter, let's ask, why do these tests even exist? Think of an AI benchmark as a standardized job interview. If OpenAI or Google claims their new model is 30% smarter, we need a yardstick. Benchmarks are the CVs of the AI world. They tell us if a model has the passing marks to even enter the room. Without them, saying AI is getting better would just be marketing hype. Benchmarks keep the industry honest, mostly. In 2024, MMLU, Massive Multitask Language Understanding, was the gold standard. It tested everything from high school chemistry to international law. Today, MMLU is the ABCD of AI. Almost every top-tier model now scores above 90%. But here's the problem. Researchers from the University of Edinburgh found that about 6.5% of MMLU's questions contain actual errors. In some subjects like virology, that number jumps to 57%. This means if a model scores too high, it's not a genius. It's just a student who memorized the typos in the textbook. Similarly, HumanEval, the classic test for coding, is now a memory test. Models have seen these specific coding puzzles so many times they can practically recite the code in their sleep. The takeaway? If a model doesn't hit 90% on these legacy benchmarks, it's not even a contender. But hitting 99% doesn't prove it's a genius. It just proves it has a very expensive memory card. To find the true frontier of AI intelligence in 2026, we look at tests designed to be ungoogleable. These are the benchmarks that actually separate the doers from the talkers. Let's look at the three most important ones. First, there's GPQA, the Google Proof Test. It consists of questions written by biology and physics PhDs. They're so difficult that even a non-expert human with high-speed internet can't find the answer easily. Currently, Gemini 3.1 Pro leads with 94.3%, and Claude 4.6 Opus is at 91.3%. Why does this matter? It measures deep reasoning, the ability to connect complex dots rather than just copy-pasting from a database. GPQA ensures AI can't simply retrieve a memorized answer. Next is HLE, Humanity's Last Exam. This is the final boss of 2026. It was designed by the Center for AI Safety to be future-proof. Its creators ran every candidate question against the best AI models of 2024. If even one model could solve it, the question was automatically rejected. Right now, Claude 4.6 Opus, the current leader, hits only about 53%. This shows us the ceiling. It's the only test that hasn't been cracked by cramming tactics yet. Then there's MMLU Pro, designed by the Tiger AI Lab. The original MMLU was a multiple-choice test with 4 options. MMLU Pro has 10 options. This dropped the lucky guess probability from 25% down to just 10%. It's the difference between a student guessing C for everything and actually knowing the answer. The biggest shift in 2026 isn't how well an AI talks, it's how well it acts. We call this agentic behavior. Instead of just answering questions, the models that matter are the ones that can actually work. The SWE-Bench verified hands the AI a real bug in a real software project on GitHub. The model has to explore the code, reproduce the bug, fix it, and run tests. It's maintained by researchers from OpenAI and Anthropic. Claude 4.6 and Gemini 3.1 Pro are currently the top engineers here. But the most interesting metric of the year is METR Task Horizons. Instead of a percentage score, it measures time. It tracks how many hours an AI can work autonomously on a complex task before it loses focus. According to the latest METR 2026 report, top models have finally crossed the 14.5-hour mark, nearly 2 full standard work shifts of autonomous labor. As the stakes rise, so does the cheating. In late 2025, several models were caught looking at the answer key. Research by Scale AI revealed that because many benchmarks are public, AI agents were found searching the internet for the ground truth answers during evaluation. When researchers blocked their access to cheat sheets on sites like Hugging Face, scores for some models dropped by as much as 15%. There's also a financial cost. A simple trivia test costs a few cents, but running an agentic test, like fixing a software bug, can cost $3 or more in computing power and take 30 minutes. Benchmarking has become a high-stakes game that only tech giants can afford. When you see a new AI model launch in 2026, ignore the 99% MMLU headlines. That's just the passing marks. Look for these three things instead. First, GPQA Diamond Score. Does it actually reason like a PhD? Second, HLE performance. Is it breaking the unsolvable wall? Third, Task Horizon from METR. How many hours can it work before it breaks? A model that feels smart in a chat but fails these three tests is likely just a great smooth talker. The kind of person who aces the interview but can't actually do the job. In 2026, we value the doers. So here's the bottom line. AI benchmarks matter, but you have to know which ones. The legacy tests are saturated. The real intelligence is measured by reasoning, by solving impossible problems, and by working autonomously for hours at a time. The days of judging AI by a single MMLU score are over. Welcome to the real testing ground.